symptoms of a bad PCV valve and DIY simple fixes. Hey there! Today, let's talk about something called the PCV valve. It's like a little helper for your car's engine. You see, engines make some oily fumes when they run. The PCV valve helps get rid of these fumes. Usually, this little guy works just fine and doesn't cause any trouble. But sometimes it can stop working properly. And when that happens, your car might start acting strange. This can confuse you and make you spend money fixing the wrong things. So, let's learn what the PCV valve does and how to know if it's not working right. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. PCV valve job. The PCV valve stands for positive crankcase ventilation. All modern engines have it. When your engine is running, it creates a mix of oily fumes. This happens because of heat and something called blow-by gases. These gases sneak out from where they're supposed to stay, like between some parts in the engine. Now, these fumes can't just hang out in the engine forever. They need to go somewhere. But we can't just let them out into the air because that's bad for the environment. So car makers connect a hose from the engine to a part called the intake manifold. This way, the fumes get burned up while the engine is running. But we can't let these fumes go wherever they want. That's where the PCV valve comes in. It's like a traffic cop for these fumes. It makes sure they only go where they should, like when you're driving smoothly. How to find the PCV valve? Finding the PCV valve isn't too hard. You want to look for a hose that connects the engine intake manifold to your car cylinder. Near the engine, you'll see a small plastic piece. That's the PCV valve. Some cars have a fancier setup. They might have a cone-shaped thing attached to the PCV valve to catch oily droplets. This helps keep the engine cleaner and is better for the environment. Now, some cars hide the PCV valve inside the valve cover, so you might remove your valve cover to locate it. If there's a problem with this type of design, you might need to replace the whole cover. Signs and symptoms of a bad PCV valve. If your PCV valve isn't doing its job, your car might start acting up. You might see a check engine light on your dashboard. This is more likely to show up if your car has a fancy PCV valve that's controlled by electronics. Also, your car might not run smoothly when you're idling. It might shake or run faster than normal. You might even notice smoke coming out of the exhaust pipe or a strong smell of gasoline. Additionally, you will also see the following signs. Lean or rich fuel mixture. This can cause hesitation, misfiring, or smoke coming out of the exhaust. Rough acceleration. The engine might sputter or hesitate when you try to accelerate. Oil leaks. Increased pressure from a stuck-closed PCV valve can cause oil leaks. Smoke from the exhaust. Burning excessive oil from a stuck-open PCV valve can lead to white or gray smoke. Fixing a bad PCV valve. Replacing a PCV valve is not too pricey. It usually costs less than $50, and that is because it is a pretty simple job. You can do it yourself, even if you're not a car expert. But on some cars, it's harder to get to the PCV valve, so you might need to pay more if you hire someone to fix it. Here are general steps on how to fix it, bad PCV valve. 1. Locate the PCV valve. Refer to your repair manual to find the exact location of the PCV valve in your car engine. It's typically a small plastic or metal piece with a hose connected to it, located near the valve cover on the engine top, and the intake manifold, air intake passage. 2. Disconnect the hose. Carefully detach the hose clamp, securing the hose connected to the PCV valve. You might need pliers or a screwdriver depending on the clamp type. 3. Remove the valve. The PCV valve might be screwed into the valve cover or engine block. Use a wrench or socket, size specified in the manual, to loosen and remove it. 4. Install the new valve. Clean the area where the old valve was seated. Screw in the new PCV valve hand tight first, then tighten it further using the wrench or socket according to the torque specifications in your manual. This ensures proper tightness without overdoing it. 5. Reconnect the hose. Reattach the hose to the new PCV valve and secure it with the clamp. Tighten the clamp securely. 6. Reconnect the battery. Reconnect the negative battery terminal you disconnected earlier. 7. Start the engine. Start your car and check for any leaks around the PCV valve or hose connection. Listen for any unusual engine noises. If everything seems normal, you've successfully replaced the PCV valve. A bad PCV valve might make your car act weird, but fixing it is usually pretty easy. So, if this helped you out, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I will see you in our next video. Bye.